What's up, everybody? It's Big Blue Power. I'm your host, Danny. Just waiting on Evan and Stacy. They'll be here in a few minutes. Talking some New York Giants football. Uh, uh, Last week, Giants got another win. Tommy Cutlass Devito wins again. Everyone's talking about him being the savior of the New York Giants, but I like the story. I like he's playing well. Got to give the offensive line some credit too. I did take a sack last week, which was unbelievable. I definitely didn't expect that. Uh, but the Giants defense played well. They kept him in the game. They created turnovers. Um, so it was a good win. He was able to go down the field last minute of the game and get a win. So good for Tommy DeVito. It's good to see him get some wins. He's won 3 in a row now. The team is playing well. I think he's getting some confidence. He's also, playing better, playing more aware, and they used his legs a little bit more. It wasn't a spectacular game, but he played well. Did turn the ball over, didn't take a sack, so that's what matters. Hi, Eileen. How's it going? How's it going? Another football Sunday for us. Last week got another win versus the Packers, team they're chasing. I definitely did expect them to win that one after they've they won the last two, but it's definitely a better team. But the Giants took advantage of the opportunities they had, and Tommy DeVito played well. He played. Yeah, they still suck. Didn't say much less as the Giants suck. Yeah, they still do, but that's okay. It's all right. You're not gonna win games every year. At least we're not as bad as the Patriots are right now. So you know what I'm talking about. We're both bad. So, but the Giants winning here. They get another win versus the Packers. With a last second field goal, I wasn't sure if Bullock was going to make that kick. But Barkley can't be fumbling the ball, But good for Tommy DeVito. He made some really nice throws, some nice plays. The Giants offense called a good game. Kafka called a really good game. But I'm happy for Tommy DeVito. He's definitely good enough to be a backup. I don't know if he's good enough to be an everyday starter, even though the Giants have won 3 in a row. But for Tommy DeVito, I think it's great for him. Another thing that's really funny is seeing his parents and his agent, in that black pinstripe suit, and with that hat and stuff. It was pretty funny, and they were doing like the Tommy Cutlets thing, and I was seeing like like stuff like a Giants helmet with like the Tommy Cutlets with the NY, like with the hand, So that
What's up,
Tommy
man?
Cutlets thing is so funny.
Oh, it is. It is. I've been messing with a few of our Philly shows around here, and that we know. I've been commenting Fear the Cutlets.
Yeah, so it's good to definitely get get another win, even though it messes up our draft pick. But whatever, it is what it is.
Well, who we expected to get anyway is going to fall, so I'm still hoping for Penix to fall. I think Daniel is winning MVP or Heisman, I should say. Drake May's considered to be number 1 now or number 2.
Yeah,
Caleb Williams is a blue chip prospect. So
it is what it is. Like you're not going to. Hey, Stacy.
Good morning.
I like
Sorry.
your Reese's cup.
Thanks. It was a Christmas present from last year.
Yep. So last week, Tommy Cutlets got another win. Tommy Cutlets DeVito. Yeah, I've been seeing that like all week. That symbol all week. I was just talking about that.
I know it's everywhere.
Like that is great. Like whoever
yeah,
made
a
up
typical Italian thing.
Oh, absolutely. There's a lot of Italians
I
around here.
guarantee everyone's like, I was watching somebody earlier, and they're like, me being Italian, it was like, it just makes me sick that they're just playing on. I'm like, they're going to play on a stereotype, though.
Of course they are. It's just the
I was
way
like, they're going to play.
But
I'm like, he's a kid from North Jersey with an Italian last name. He may not be, his
But
parents
didn't
probably
he?
regular blue collar people.
There's a lot
But
of
didn't
Italians
he
around
talk
here.
about that was one of the things that he liked was his mom's chicken cutlets? It's the
Yeah,
same thing like fucking Anthony Volpe. We
yeah,
went
and
to
someone
Nah,
that.
it was
off with it.
he wanted to show what the Couge. If you know who the Couge is, you're from New York, you know who the Couge is. The Couge like this stereotypical like Staten Island like Italian.
It's like a
It's
Jersey
not even
Shore
Italian.
type guy.
Yeah, like he's not a Jersey Shore type of guy. The guy's funny though. And he makes food and does food reviews. And they were going through like all the typical like penny vodka pasta
Yeah,
and a few other things. And like he's like ranking like eggplant parmesan, like all the Italian
that's so
food.
funny.
And if he's like, "What's your number one?" He's like, "Gotta go with the cutlets," and that's how Tommy Cutlets, came to be.
Yeah, I just think it's so funny that someone just took off with it, and now everyone's like playing off it. I think it's a perfect. I think it's funny. I think it's good for him. Good story. He played well, not outstanding. He didn't turn the ball over, didn't take a sack. So you know, it's good to have the
Out of
Giants
all
at
the
least win
games
some
he could
games.
have picked to be the starter, these last three games are the ones I would have picked.
Yeah,
Like, you think the story would have been different against the Eagles? No. Do you think he would have been better against San Fran? No.
no, not
Like,
early, not the way the team was playing early in the season. He was playing behind the way the offensive line was playing, not having
no.
the way they were playing, the way the defense is not playing the way they are. He's probably not winning games. Like he played versus Dallas, and you saw what happened.
And no
So
offense, and everybody's like, everybody's just done with Jones now. I'm like, Jones didn't have 3 seconds to throw the ball. I'm
it just
like,
makes a difference. I think it makes a difference. Some people just want to move on from him because it's been so long. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
been like such a long time that you haven't really seen any success from him.
I
So
really think
a lot
he's
of people
he's
are over it. I get it.
he's going to follow the Geno Smith thing. He's going to be shit his first 5, 6, 7 years, and then he's going to find somebody that knows what the fuck to do with him.
Yeah, he'll go somewhere else and succeed, like or some crap like that. But I know he's going to be here next year, and I just think that it's
I
unfortunate
wouldn't be
that
surprised if like the Bucks went after him. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints went after him. But
yeah,
Saints are gonna probably get Daniels because Saints fans are dumb and they always want the LSU guy.
I like Jaden Daniels though. I think he's talented. I like
Yeah,
playing.
he's very talented, but if anybody comes out of LSU, everybody down here in Louisiana is like, we gotta stay with the LSU guy. Like, not
You
every
know,
LSU player is gonna work out.
yeah, you never know with any quarterback really coming into the league for the most part, and you just can never really tell. You can go by the talent they have,
Listen,
and that's it.
besides Cowboys fans for being delusional, Saints fans have to be some of the worst fans I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry, and I'm gonna go on a rant here because I know we're playing you guys this week. They
Yep.
are some of the dumbest fans I've ever met in my life. And every fan base has their dumb fans, but
So do
it's like
we.
80% of their fans don't even watch the games. They don't even go to the games.
Well, fair weather fans, I call them.
Like, yeah, 80% of the Saints market is fair weather fans.
Yeah.
I swear to God. And I know Drew Brees made them relevant for 10 and a half or
It was
11,
pretty damn
12 years,
good.
whatever
Yeah.
it was. But they were shit before it. They're going to be shit after it. The owner wants to move the team, and I can't wait till they do because New Orleans is a cesspit.
Well, ever since Archie Manning, and Archie Manning wasn't a horrible quarterback, they were just such a bad
It
team.
wasn't a horrible. It was a great quarterback
It was
on a
so bad,
horrible
man.
team with horrible owners who didn't know what they were doing. And that's another one, a Louisiana boy going back to Louisiana, and the Saints just fucking trash him. So
Yeah, yeah, but you have fans like that for any team, and maybe
For
some
any
newer
no, I'm
teams it's
sorry.
like that.
90% of the Saints fans don't. 80% of the Saints fans don't watch the games, and the other
Mhm.
20% are homers. Like it's
Yeah,
that bad. Like it's
but I
when
think
you're
you have fans
cheering.
like that in every fan
Now,
base.
mind you, this is when it's as bad as the Cowboys fans down here, at least.
Well, down there it's
They
different.
were cheering for the Falcons a few years ago. Cheering for the Falcons to beat the Cowboys because they didn't like the Cowboys. I'm like, you're cheering for an in division rival over the Cowboys. I'm like, you are fucking retarded. I'm like, you
Oh,
guys
they
need to
were
leave
really-
now. Like, you're not a fan. No,
I
I
mean,
would never. That's like me rooting for the Cowboys to beat the Niners because I don't like the Niners.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
definitely not.
well, I root for the Cowboys, but sometimes if a team, sometimes I'm rooting for a team over the Cowboys if it's not a division rival.
I
So,
can never root for the
But it's a
Cowboys.
division rival. That's like us. Like Saints in Atlanta is like us and the Eagles. Like it's a big rivalry down there.
but
That's
they
why I
have
mean the
they have their
NFC South
reasons for
isn't worth
hating
shit.
Dallas. So,
Like the NFC South is not worth shit. I'm sorry. Like those rivalries are made up.
well,
I'm sorry.
they're not as rich as other rivalries because they haven't been around as long. You know, when teams been around for like
20,
almost
20
100 years,
years is
it's a little
long enough.
different. It is
20
long
years
enough,
is
but
long
it's
enough to
not
be a
long like
rivalry.
other rivalries. That's all I'm saying. But that's the way it is. Let's
It's
hope we beat
it's
them
enough.
today. Well, we'll talk about
Oh,
that later
I
on.
think we beat them. I, besides Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, Olave hasn't worked out. Now their defense is serious, but their defense has always been serious.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that like second half of the show. We'll preview it. But I want to talk about last week's game just a little bit, even though it was a week ago, and then we'll talk about the Saints Giants game at the second half of the show.
The Packers.
So,
That
like I
was a
said,
good
Tommy
game.
DeVito played well, but I thought the defense played well last week.
Oh
Kayvon
God, yeah.
Thibodeau is
How
still
many-
playing well.
Yep.
How many what?
He's got how many sacks does he have now? 11 and a
12,
half?
12 and a half.
12
11 and a half, 12,
He's tied
which,
with JPP for the
which is
most
pretty
sacks
outstanding. Well, yeah,
this
I read a
season.
stat that he had the most sacks in his first 25 games as a Giant. More than Strahan, more than a lot of people, which I find interesting.
Yeah.
But
He had
he's
a good
been,
sophomore season. Let me get 2 more seasons of this, and I'll be happy. He won't be a bust.
but that's what we wanted to see.
But the
And
picks, the fumbles, I mean, defense was on fire.
what's up,
Hey,
Eddie?
Eddie.
Is that ready?
Yeah, but that's the difference. Like in this game, the defense stepped up in this game.
I think the
Like
last 3-4 games they're plus 14 on turnovers.
that's the difference. That's a big difference because what they're
Big
doing is
difference.
they're giving the Giants more opportunity, and not just giving up touchdowns and getting scored on like they did early in the season, especially versus the good teams. The Packers aren't like. If it was like the Cowboys or the 49ers, it might have been a different story because usually they capitalize. But I was really impressed with the way the defense played, and the defense is a big reason they won this game. And the Giants responded. But I really liked the way the defense played.
Holding the Green Bay to field goals in those important situations.
Yeah.
And what was it? Also, that big Dexter Lawrence sack, to knock them into play. I thought that was the play of the game, to be honest, not the drive down the field. Wandale did what Wandale does. This is what we.
Wandale Robinson
showed up.
Really,
He
really
showed
solid.
up that game.
Like he's starting to really turn it on, and kind of and I really like the way he's playing. And it's nice to see him play that way after he tore his ACL last year because he had like a hundred something yard game. That's the game he tore his ACL in, and seeing Wandale Robinson play well and make some really big plays like that jet sweep play, that catch he made where he came back for the ball. He also had that catch where he turned around and caught
What
the
about
ball.
the one on the sideline where you couldn't even tell A, if he caught the ball, and B, is he in bounds?
That's the one where he was on his side. He had to turn over.
I don't know what the fuck he was doing,
So
but
he made some big plays, and
he went up and they tucked the ball in and fell with it.
Yeah, it was but it was a really good team effort in all phases, except for special teams. But that's okay. The Barkley fumble at the end.
Anyway.
Yeah, but the thing is, like that special teams coach has lasted it's like his third regime or something. But he's from when Joe Judge was here.
He was here with Sherman.
Yeah, like McGahee, I think that's his name. He's the worst special teams coach, and having that mistake, you can't have that mistake. But the defense stepped up. Every time they needed him to step up, they kept him in this game, and the Giants were able to respond in the end. And that's what I noticed about. That was what they did last year. That's how this game kind of was. Even though it's not last year, it was kind of like when they needed to respond, they had a response. Everyone poof for a second. And my cam setup went haywire.
there you
There we go.
Sorry, I had to sneeze.
Um, that's okay.
Well, thank you for not spreading your germs in the studio.
Yeah, and sneezing all over the camera.
Well, people don't know this. We're all in the same room. It just doesn't look
Yeah,
like it.
all of us. Even though our
the
backgrounds look different.
yeah,
Hey,
but the game
high five.
last week, the game last week, reminded me of last year's Giants team where they would respond, and when they needed to play, they made a big play. On offense and defense, they did it in this game, even though it wasn't spectacular. But the way they did it, they were resilient in this game. It was a total team effort, and I like the reaction that Devito and Dable had on the sideline. I like that. Everyone's like, "Oh, he never had that reaction with Jones." He has, but he's not playing. So, but for him to get that out of Devito, as bad as they looked, as bad as their
Has
offense looked,
Joe's been on the sideline or no?
I don't know.
You know,
I'm not sure.
I haven't. I was wondering the same thing last week. I was wondering. I'm like, damn, they haven't shown Jones or anything like that.
He's definitely there with them, with the team, I think. But he has to do
I
rehab
never understood
and
that.
stuff like that.
Like, I never understood. If you're hurt, like, stay home. Like, just stay home and rehab. I've never understood going to, like, flying with the team and being with the team. I'm like, dude, I'm hurt. Like, my legs hurt. Like, I had surgery. I'm going to stay home and rehab, get up, eat good food every day, train. Why
Jeff,
get on a plane? I don't get it.
Yeah. Jeff Crowley, who is your team, by the way? What's going on, man? Another NFL Sunday. But like I said, I think that the Giants are playing with confidence, as in, they're like, it's quite interesting that they didn't give up a sack. They used DeVito's legs this time, like the RPO, which they weren't using earlier on. Stacy went poof. Which they weren't using.
Wandell Robinson again coming in clutch. He got a tackle on DeVito.
And I think the play calling has been better. A little bit better for DeVito. It seems
a lot more speed on the drag routes.
Yep.
Instead of them coming off sluggish like they've been doing.
Yep. There we go. Welcome back, Stacy.
Sorry, it was lagging really bad. So.
But like I said, I think one of the big reasons, the Giants are winning is because they're playing good defense. They're not playing the best teams, but they're responding when they have to. And DeVito is not turning the ball over as much the past 3 games. That's the big thing.
Mm-hmm. He seems to be getting more comfortable back there. Like he definitely, he was running sometimes for his life, but he was able to either, make positive yards or able to get the ball off to somebody. So
yeah,
he's definitely getting more comfortable back there.
Yeah, like DeVito, like his last 5 games is 856 yards, 8 touchdowns, 3 picks. That's not bad with 100 rating in his last 5 games. That's not bad for him. But yeah. So, that's 3 games in a row he's had over 100 rating, even though it's not first the best teams. But still, I think that I'm just happy with the way DeVito's playing. It's good for him. And I'm happy to see the defense playing well and Thibodeau playing well. And, but Barkley can't have that fumble at the end. So, yeah, they definitely can't have that fumble. I was definitely not happy with that. And, me and a couple of Giant fans were like, oh, we're going to lose the game now.
Yeah, I thought that last drive I was a little worried.
Oh, great. Couldn't believe it, man. I couldn't believe he wasn't touched. But it's good to see Barkley playing well. Besides the fumble, it hasn't been easy going for him because the offensive line has been that good. But still, I'm glad that we lost Evan again. I'm glad that DeVito
Evan and
well,
I can't just stay in our seats.
Well. Yep, the defense played well, and it's good to see. So it's good to see at least them play some.
Yeah, it's nice to see them all playing well. It's not just the defense is playing well and the offense sucks.
Yeah, average football, I should say.
Yeah. No. Hey. You know what? At this point of the fucking season, we're gonna
I'll
take it.
take it. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
You know,
I'll take
and
average all day over
yeah,
sucky.
but like I said, I'm happy with the win, even though, like I said, we'll have a lower draft pick. That's okay, but it's good to at least get some wins. At least have some kind of good feeling about the season. Yeah, we're probably going to come up short of the playoffs, but the Giants do have a chance in that. So we'll talk about that later in the stream as well. But another good win for the team. It seems like they're coming together a little bit more, not falling apart, and that was my concern. Like, now I'm losing everybody. Like, everybody's having problems, dropping like flies, like the offensive line over this season. But like I said, good game for Tommy DeVito. Good game for the defense versus the Packers. Got another win, one of the teams they're chasing in the playoffs. Um, so, like I said, good win versus the Packers. Just want to talk about it a little bit. Happy with the way the defense is playing. Let's see if it can continue. Welcome back again.
I don't know what's going on, man.
It could be
Like,
StreamYard today.
yeah, because it kept it popped up and said StreamYard isn't responding. So it was like leave or wait. And I was like, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, because they have a server, they might be having an issue or something like that.
Yeah. But it's been lagging for most of it. Like,
But did you
all of a sudden mouths are moving, but there's no sound coming out. I'm like, the fuck?
Yeah, when Barkley fumbled that ball, did you think we were gonna lose?
Yep. I thought
Yep.
I was like, fuck, it's over, man. Like, fuck. But man, that kid, that was a lot of poise to march down the field and get us into fucking field goal. I mean, and that
shows confidence.
Really stepped up.
Oh, you're lagging a little bit.
Man, that one catch he had.
You're lagging a little bit, Stacey.
What was it, 20-something yards?
Yeah. Yeah, Ronda Robinson played well. Welcome back, Evan.
I apologize. The baby was a little upset.
There you go. You're better. There you go. That's better.
Okay, yeah.
Probably
I don't
not
know,
us.
man.
It's probably StreamYard.
Weird.
Because we're having you've been cutting out too, but it's like a second and then it comes right back.
StreamYard needs to get their shit together.
Yeah, it's all right. Usually we're okay.
Yeah, I apologize, guys.
Usually it's all right.
I know Stacey like disappeared for a second. Like her background was blank, and then she's like popped up. I'm like, oh shit. No, like, literally, like 1 second you were there, the next frame you were there, you were like gone, and then back. I'm like it looked like you disappeared for a second.
But yeah, is there anything else you want to say about the Packers?
I want to talk about the like I said, I was trying to mention that on the drag routes we have a lot more speed now, and it seems to be opening a lot more things up, short term and on the sides.
Yep. Yeah, I like the way that they're calling the offensive game plan. It seems to be much better.
That's one thing I noticed. They have a lot more time in the backfield.
Yep.
He's not too keen to run all the time, and
it seems like he wants to stay in the pocket.
Yeah, I think Jones. He's like, oh, no one's there. Let's run. Like he has that mentality. He's like, I gotta get something.
Yeah, well, that's what DeVito was better at this game. Is they used his legs. They used the RPO a little bit, and when he was getting pressured, he got the hell out of there. And he had some of his biggest plays when he did that. That's the thing. If it's not there and you can run a little bit, run and get the hell out of there. That's what I like about DeVito. He wasn't taking those sacks. Or all the other games, he was taking a sack when he didn't have to take a sack. When he should have been like, because I'll be watching him play. I'm like, run, move. I'm like, get rid of it. I'm like saying that after every play because I'm so used to him taking sack after sack. Because he's been sacked 8 or 9 times in some games, but that's because he's taking half of them. And that was the biggest difference last week is he didn't take those sacks. He
Yeah,
avoided those sacks when he had to and ran when he had to and played responsible football. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So
I, I see that he said he does take sacks, but that's a rookie thing. He's still a rookie.
yeah, he
Um,
exactly. So you can see he's more confident, he's more comfortable back there, and he has a rapport with Wandell Robinson. He's getting like a rhythm with some of these guys. So that's the good thing. That's good. That's another reason they're playing
another
well.
thing too is I
Paper as
see
well.
that I'm seeing that the team's rallying. Like they're giving him confidence to go out and swing.
Yeah. Yeah, like the way the defense plays, it's like the offense kind of fed off of it last game.
Yeah,
I think that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing. Just team wise, camaraderie wise, even though not having the best season, Dable's been able to get them to at least win 3 in a row. At least it's something. And it
yeah.
may be versus a couple bad teams, but still, it's not easy to win in the NFL like people think it is. Everything's got to go right. Your play calling, you got to be healthy. You got to be in rhythm. You got to be in sync. You got to be confident. And like I said, I think without the Giants defense, the way they've been playing, they're probably not winning some of these games.
I guarantee you, and I want to say this to be the nicest. I can put the average Joe who thinks he knows everything about football, put him on the best team and have him coach them, and take the 1-10 Carolina Panthers, whoever's coaching them right now. I guarantee you the Panthers win.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, coaching is big,
It's
especially your
hard.
quarterback's coach and developing your quarterback and what you have around you, the team you have around you. Um, but I'm interested to see, like I said, the Giants' defense is playing really, really well, and I like to see. I'm glad that Thibodeau's coming along, and that's what you need to see this second season. Now I'm confident that he's going to be, he's going to be one of those top edge rusher guys, and that's how it seems. He's getting better, and having Ojolari on the other side helps too. So
Ojolari, once again, missing half the year and coming back so strong.
I don't know if it's going to continue though. But like I said, I really like the way Okereke is playing. I think that signing has worked out really excellent. If you notice, Simmons is starting to play a little more, and he's starting to actually come in those rushing packages he can cover. I think the Banks is playing better. Paddock is playing better. I think their defense is coming along. It's probably the more of a bright spot, even though they got blown out in a lot of games. But that has to do with the offense just being so horrible. And you go 3 and out,
That
or 3 or 4
that
times in a row for the Cowboys, you're going to give up 40.
that Pinnock touch, I think it was tipped. It looked like it was tipped,
The,
or he
the
didn't get all of
interception
it.
where he
Yeah,
ran and picked it off, stepped in front.
yeah. I was like, oh, that was a great read. I'm like, it more than it was underthrown.
But
I was like, it
still,
looked like
it
his
was
arm
it
was
was a
dead.
good job him looking at the quarterback, knowing he's staring it down, and then making a play on that. And then they had that fumble too, that forced
Yeah,
fumble as well. But the defense made plays continually in the game, and that's what they did. Versus the Patriots. That's what they did that's what they've done versus these teams. And the Packers are a little bit better team. They're not like the
yeah.
worst team. And like I said, I like the way Giants played. I think it's a solid win, good win for Devito, good for Devito. I would definitely keep him as our backup. Well, I guess it says joined. I don't know. Yep. Hopefully we're joining
Thank
the
you for joining
playoffs.
us. Yeah.
But what do you think of the Giants' playoff chances?
The Eagles never thrown us a bone in their life, so I'm not
I
holding out
know,
for
right?
it.
They're gonna need a lot of help. Um, they have to beat
And
the
we played
Saints
them the
because the
last game
Saints
of
are
the
a team.
season. They're gonna
Yeah,
they're gonna they're gonna be like, oh well, this game wins it, and they're just gonna beat the fuck out of us. But it depends, man. Listen. They're 10-3 now. I don't think they're gonna fall,
I don't
but
think they are either.
I would think it would be a funny, monumental collapse if they lose all the rest of their games. I'd laugh,
It would
but
be.
I'm like, I wouldn't believe it. Like if they lost twice to Tommy Collins, I would just rag on my father for days on end.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, to be honest, but I think
No, it's
I think
not.
it's pretty.
They're gonna set an example for the playoffs, whether they're home
But it
or
also
away.
shows how bad the NFC is. Besides
Yeah.
certain teams, like Green Bay in the 7th slot right now, and they lost.
Well, think about it. Who ran the fucking the teams in the 2000s? It was all AFC. It was the Steelers, the Patriots, the Colts, and who else? The Ravens were up there, and there was like 5 teams that were good in the AFC for 20 years.
Yeah,
That was the AFC's turn, and then the
your
Chargers. They were
4th
good
seed right
forever.
now is 6 and 7. Your 7th seed is 6 and 7. Your 6th seed is 7 and 7. So
Yeah.
Packers, we'd have a tiebreaker if we end up with the same record or a better record. We're gonna
Listen,
play
we
the
gotta beat the
Rams.
Saints.
So
We
the
gotta
teams
beat
that are
the
ahead of
Saints.
us are the Saints, the Falcons, Seattle, the Rams, and Green Bay. They're all 6 and 7. They're all a game ahead of us.
We need
So
Washington to win. We need
you need the Saints. You need
Panthers to win. Panthers are not
Eagles.
gonna
The
win.
Eagles to beat the Seattle.
Seahawks. Yeah.
You need the Rams to lose, but we're gonna play the Rams. I don't think the Rams are losing today.
Yeah.
So those are the teams you're chasing. The Saints and the Rams are 2 of the teams they're chasing. So in order for them to have any shot, they have to beat those 2 teams and maybe beat the Eagles once. They probably have to go 9 and 8, and I don't know if that's going to happen, to be honest. But it's kind of interesting that and laughable and crazy that they have a chance to make the fucking playoffs. Strikes of Blue says Hurts might miss tomorrow's game for who is the backup? Like, I don't even know who the backup is because the backup never plays for the Eagles. But that would be, yeah, that definitely would affect the Eagles for sure. So, well, definitely there'll probably be more of a decision they'll make tomorrow, of course. But let's see. It says this might be fuzzy. It came out like an hour ago that he's very. Oh, that's right. He has like the flu or something. Something's going on with him. Something. I think he'll still play. Um. Yeah, I think he'll still play. Uh, hopefully today for them. Today will be the roughest part. But they play in Seattle, and that's a tough game for them. But I need Seattle to lose. If you're a Giants fan and you want them to make the playoffs, you want Seattle to lose. You want all Rams to lose, Atlanta to lose, and the Saints.
Yep.
And Green Bay. You want all those teams to lose. So they're gonna need help from like 3 of these teams, and they're gonna have to beat the Saints.
And it's also the fact that yeah, you want the Eagles to win, but if we get to the playoffs, just say if. What are the Cutlets' chances?
I don't know. I think the Giants will get a bad matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, they'd say it's against Dallas first round, or if we can get a softener like the Bucks or something.
Was the 7 play the 2?
Yeah, so we had to play like San Fran or.
Well, Dallas is 2 right now. If we were 7, we would play Dallas. If we were in the 7th, Green Bay's playing Dallas right now. I think that's the matchup.
How is Dallas the 2? They split with the Eagles.
Well, they're 10 and 3.
And so are the Eagles.
I'm just looking at the state. Eagles are the 5th seed right now. Even though they're 10 and 3.
They're tied 1-1. I guess because Dallas has more conference wins.
Yeah. Dallas is 7 and 3 in the conference. They're 6 and 2. They have one more win.
Okay.
It's close. So if like the Eagles won today, I think they'd be a half game up on Dallas. They'd be 3 instead, and Dallas would be 2. Tampa Bay's 4th at 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how bad that division. That NFC South is horrible. That's a horrible division, man.
Well, half the
One,
NFC
two.
West is horrible. Half the NFC East is horrible. Half or most of the NFC South is horrible, and half the NFC North is horrible. So this is a bad time for the NFC.
I don't know. The NFC is kind of. There's really only a couple teams: Dallas, San Fran, Detroit. I don't have any faith in. The Eagles, maybe if they start playing better. I mean, those are the only three teams I could see do anything. The San Francisco, Dallas, or the Eagles. I don't see the seventh seed making a run. I don't see the Vikings making a run, or
Yeah,
maybe the
we say that,
Rams.
and we say that, and watch like you'll see like you won't see the Cowboys. Cowboys choke in the playoffs. It's gonna be expected by now. Uh,
Yeah, and the Lions, I have
it's
no
gonna
faith
be
in, but
like I
we'll
said.
see.
The only team I can say, like it's hard. I hate to say this, and I said it earlier on the podcast. I said the only team I can see going either away or home and winning is the Eagles.
Yeah,
I can see the Eagles going to like come playoff time, come actual serious playoff time. I don't think it matters where the Eagles play. I think they win. They can play in Dallas, beat Dallas. They can play in San Fran and beat
yep.
San Fran.
Yeah, I think
I
they could if
can't
they play a
say
good game.
San Fran does the same thing.
I'm not sure if they do the same thing, but the San Francisco is probably the front runner right now. I think they're the best team right now at this point. The way they're playing, the way they look, I think Dallas is second. I don't think the Eagles are look as good as Dallas or the 49ers do, but I definitely would never look past the Eagles or overlook them. So, we'll play them twice and see if they kick our ass twice. Because they're going to
Yeah,
be playing more for a seed. They're going to be playing for something, I think, unless they can't, unless they lock it up there where they're going to be. I think they're going to be playing for a home game
yeah.
if they don't win the division. That is.
I don't know, man. I don't think we're gonna get in. If we do,
I don't think we'll
holy
get in
shit!
either.
It'd be the first time a team started out 1-6 and went to the playoffs.
It would be unbelievable, but to finish 7-9, that's 7-9, 7-10 or 8-9, I think would be an accomplishment considering where they were.
Yeah,
The coaching wise, I would consider that a good job. Going on your third string quarterback, having like 10 different combinations of the offensive line, and it seems like they finally found something that works.
yeah.
So,
Well, you have to. And
so let's do.
I gave it to a few people like
Yep.
when this whole Tommy DeVito thing kicked off. A lot of people were like, "This is Dable." Like talking about when now that the Chargers fired Staley, they're like, "I'd give Brian Dable a call. I'd trade for him." I'm like, dude,
63-14 or something like that. My good, did not expect that. My goodness. Let's do some sponsors real quick. You can do this one.
here at Out of Box Sports, we are partnered with a great brand of Monkey Call Coffee. They have their newest blend, organic blend. It'll be Peru, La Florida. They have a toasted coconut rum and a chocolate flavor also. They make K cups, coffee mugs, T-shirts, travel cups, anything you would need for your coffee needs, and it's primo coffee. So good. Love it. Use code OOTD Sports, and you get, I believe, 10% off your order. Go ahead and try it out, guys. I do a good cold brew with the toasted coconut rum. Comes out fantastic.
One hurt 123, Attorney Big Al Jason Fine. Federal motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workers' compensation, personal injury claims, or anything related to that. Give them a call. They have 3 locations: one in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area, one in Cherry Hill, New Jersey area, one in Pittsburgh, PA area. Once again, give them a call if you have any legal trouble. They'll help you out with anything you need. So one hurt 123, Attorney Big Al Jason Fine. One news: Darren Waller's off IR. I would say that
Yeah.
signing's a failure, year one.
Huh?
I would say that move is a failure, year one.
Not
So,
really.
I mean, it'll help. It's
I
another
mean,
weapon
like
for sure. Devito hasn't played
everybody
with him
got,
because he's been
but
out
he
so
wasn't the
long.
only one to get hurt. Everybody got hurt.
Everyone, that's the one thing about now is they're relatively healthy. Relatively healthy.
Like everybody got hurt. It's not just him. That whole like that. And here's what I think about it. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, MetLife claimed." I'm like, that whole stadium's cursed.
The
It's time to
turf is
move the
new.
Giants.
Yeah.
Take the Giants, move them into Manhattan, build them a stadium in Manhattan, and then let the Jets have New Jersey.
That would be nice, right?
We can wish.
Yeah, but that's one thing. Neil probably is doubtful again, but I don't think that's the worst thing.
Ty Phillips is playing well.
I like Phillips. I think JMS is coming along. Um, I really like the way they're run blocking. They're blocking now that they've had the same unit continuously for 3-4 games here. That's kind of I think what they need. You need to play consistently together, and I think we should have had someone like Pugh and Phillips to start the season. To be honest.
Well, Ty Phillips also left and learned a lot better. I'll admit it. Eagles have
Yeah,
a better
dude, he's
offensive
bad.
line coach. They do. They have
I don't
some
like
of the top
the
tier
Bobby
coaches right
Johnson. I
now.
don't like. I don't like him.
Who?
Uh, Bobby Johnson, our offensive line coach.
Oh God, he's horrible.
Don't like him.
Fire him.
Don't like him. Like I don't know, I just uh, I don't know. I just know his problems that even though it's the NFL, I just know his problems that Neil wasn't having that he's having now. I don't know. I just don't like the blocking scheme. It sucks for Evan Neal that he got hurt. He's been out so long because I thought he was starting to come around a little bit, and he just needed playing time and not to get hurt. That's probably the worst thing that happened for him because he started out so bad, and
Well,
now
he's
he has
got
no
one more year before he
chance.
becomes trade fodder.
Yep, he has no way to redeem himself. Which sucks for him personally. But like I said, Phillips is playing better, so he's experienced. It's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing in the world.
I'm
Yep,
glad our schedule was kind of tough the first 8 weeks, 9 weeks.
yep. The tough
It was the second
schedule.
half that's going to be better.
Yep, not playing well. Um, you know, the matchups were pretty bad. Like if their offense could have been just average, they probably would have fared better in some of the games. But that's is what it is. But the injuries
If we
for
were
today,
able to take like the Seattle game, or we could have took like that the
well,
fucking Raiders game.
the Bills and the Jets game, those
Yeah,
two, because
we'd be talking a whole different story right now.
well, you're over 500 if
Yeah,
that's the case,
it'd be 7-6.
because you have two less losses, so
Yep.
it'd be right in the playoffs, and I'm still pissed that they didn't throw the ball in the Jet game at all, that they didn't throw it at all.
Something we got to live with.
So, but the injuries for today, Neal is doubtful. Lawrence is questionable. I assume Ojolari will play in full practice. Robinson, Isaiah Simmons, Waller, I think will play because he's off IR. But everyone's pretty much healthy except for Evan Neal. He'll be the guy that's out. Isaiah Foskey, the defensive end, is out for the Saints. Kendra Miller's out for the Saints. Olave's questionable. It seems like everyone else will play. So,
We've
but the
had pretty
Saints,
good luck with Derek Carr.
lots who's playing today, and they're very inconsistent. The Saints inconsistent, and that's why I think they could win. Olave is out also,
Yeah,
so that's that kind of the Saints are so inconsistent. I could see the Giants winning this game, but it is tough to play in New Orleans,
no, it's
even though
not.
they're not good this year. The way the Giants have been, one or two things go wrong, it'll cost them a game. Like their margin for error is very slim, very slim. So I see this kind of being like the same type of game. Your defense is going to keep you in this game, and you're going to have to score when you have your opportunities. It says Zoe, as in Bo. Barkley will have a huge game. I like
Okay.
the way Barkley's playing, but I want them to call the right run plays because some of those run plays get stonewalled. And the thing with Barkley is you got to feed him the ball. You got to have a dose of him so he gets going. Because when Barkley gets going, having Barkley is a big difference. I think if they don't have Barkley, they may not win these 2 out of 3 of these last games, these last 3. Because Barkley is an important factor. When you got Barkley in the
He's
game,
more of the offense than I thought he would be. And
you're not with Barkley out of the game. I'm not worried as much about the Giants' offense as I would be with him in the game.
it just shows how special of a player he is.
Yep. Question for you says, do you expect a lot of play action today? Yes.
If we establish a good run game, probably.
It's something that works, and with Barkley, it will work. Like some of the play action worked in the last game, but I would use play action a lot. That's why I want to establish the run with Barkley. I want to get Barkley going a bit and have them move up in the box, and you play action rollout. And with Devito's legs, he could do that. That's what I would rather see them do. That bootleg rollout. If you get the run game going, that worked well last year, where he picks up first downs with his legs, and that's what he did last week. TJ says Giants 28, Saints 17.
Agreed. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game. I think it's gonna be like
The 20s,
like 20 to like 20 to
7.
10, 20 to 13.
Yeah, I think the Giants
Like
defense will play
23,
well.
13, like around there.
Yeah, like I said, the Saints are so inconsistent. I could see Carr throwing a couple picks in this game because they'll pressure him. He gets pressure, he rattles. He gets
I'm
rattled.
surprised that with the absence of Leonard, that Leonard Williams, like with him being gone, the defense hasn't missed a step.
Well, they did early, I think. Because they played Dallas early on, they did, and now they're more adjusted to it.
Yeah,
When they weren't, and having Dexter Lawrence out that one game, even though they still won, he's like huge. So,
yeah,
but I think the past 3 games or so, they've adjusted pretty well. And you have the backups playing well, like Robinson's playing well, Riley's playing well.
yeah.
Having Ojolari back, having Thibodeau playing well. I think the last 2 or 3 games they've gotten more of a groove.
Definitely have.
No, I wouldn't say so. I mean, think
Oh,
of
your
the
fantasy? Why would you have
think
Tommy
of,
Cullens on your fantasy?
but think of the matchups. Like they're not that great. I mean, you could take Stafford today, but like I don't know if I'm taking Hurts because he's ill and he might not play. There aren't a lot of matchups. If you look at the matchups, it's probably a better matchup than most.
I'm
Since
gonna
he was
go.
more 6,600, that's low for it's like middle of the pack, I guess. But it says I had to look twice there. I thought you had Patrick Mahomes on with his Evans hair.
Yeah, it's the curls, man. The Italian
Whoever
curls.
scores the most points. Well, yeah. Thanks, insane. Thanks. Whoever scores the most points wins. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No shit. Thanks, bro. But I don't think you're that crazy, TJ. But I know you're not depending on him. You're depending on your other, wide receiver or running back or something like that. And you just see Tommy DeVito have 25 points. I don't think you need him to have like a huge game. If you don't turn the ball over, has a couple of touchdowns, they'll probably do that.
I think the key. I had Saquon Barkley for a first touchdown, plus 2,200. So you get $220 if he does.
Yeah, see, it says, yeah, he was able to get CMC in the lineup, so that makes sense. Like if that's like your last thing you're picking, and your lineup is stacked in other areas, then I think that's not a bad play. Like there aren't a lot of great quarterback matchups today, I think. Like I would look at, there aren't that many. There's a few, but there aren't that many great ones. So I don't think
The
that's the
biggest one
worst
this
in the
week
world.
is probably Hurts versus Gino.
No, I wouldn't take him. So at Seattle, I wouldn't take Hurts, to be honest.
No, I'm talking about Gino
I
when
would
Gino's
take
in the ball.
Stafford, but he's probably more expensive.
Depends, I
Well,
guess. So, Dan, what's your final score for this game?
this game, I'm going to say Giants 24-17.
We'll say 23-13 Giants.
I'm going to stick with the hot hand, Tommy Cutlets. Yeah,
Got it.
see? Yeah,
Let it
TJ's an
ride.
Eagles fan. He's like, no way I trust Hurts. I wouldn't trust him. Not in fantasy. If it was last year, then I'd say, yeah. If he's playing the way he was last year, then yeah, Hurts is like you take him automatically.
He's gonna have like 12 rushing touchdowns this year just because of the touch push.
Oh yeah, but fantasy wise, he's not the guy I want. If I'm taking like a Hurts or a Mahomes or one of the top guys, I'm depending on them in my, to get me over the finish line. 24-13, maybe 24-20. That's what I was thinking. 24-20. I don't think it'll be set more than 7 because the Giants offense could score, but they're not consistent.
Okay, what if they come out and they win 35-3?
Bills 52, Cowboys 3. Wait, say that again?
So what if they come out and do like 35-10?
That's a really good win for them on the road. I think the Giants
It's a
defense
very
will play
dominant
well.
win.
Yeah, I hope the Cowboys lose too. But
I
we'll
don't know.
see.
Well, they're going into Buffalo, so that's a very good chance. And it's supposed to be snowing up there today too.
Yeah, I just don't trust Josh Allen, but they're usually better at home. So I'm interested to see how that game goes. I think
I
it's a
want to see
bigger
if
game for the Bills.
I want to see if Dallas play the snow because they're a throwing team now. I want to see they're gonna
Yes.
have to.
Eddie and Tracy at CMC is overrated trash. TJ, why wouldn't I trust their expert opinion? Those are two Dallas fans. Eddie comes in here, and they think that McCaffrey's overrated. I'm like, you gotta be on crack. Like he's awesome. Like he's a great football. He's a great running back, man. Like I used to say, oh, he was shit, but man, he's tough, man. I like him. I think that's one of the best moves the 49ers made is getting him last year.
All right, so I gotta go a little bit early, guys. I'm sorry about the connection issues,
That's
but
all
I
right,
don't
man.
know what's been going on, man. But I will see you guys. I gotta get ready for the big work. So let
All
me get
right,
out
go
of here.
Giants. All right,
Go
F.
Big Blue.
Yep. But yeah, we'll see. Giants win out. Yeah. No. Maybe 2-2. Maybe. They're not going to win 4 games. They're not going to beat the Saints, beat the Eagles, beat the Rams, and beat the Eagles. I just don't see that happening. I don't know if even TJ sees that happening, to be honest. Maybe we'll split with the Eagles. Maybe if the Eagles don't have anything to play for the last week of the season. Maybe. But I don't see it happening. I'd say the Giants are probably going to be like 7-10, 8-9. That's probably going to be where they finish. Patriots 0, Chiefs 42. I mean, I would laugh out loud if the Patriots win that game. If they win that game, which I don't think they will, I'm really the Chiefs are done then, I think. I think that I think they're gonna bounce out of the playoffs easily the way they're playing. Every week you think both sides Patriots, but every week you think the Chiefs gonna play a good game and they just have not played well at all. A lot of it has to do with their weapons. Like they don't have as many weapons. Too bad because their defense is really good this year. So that's probably a big reason why the Chiefs are where they are. It's because of their defense, not their offense, like we would think. We would think we would think that Mahomes is why, but he's having a bad season this year. No, just the way it goes. Not every season is going to be a good season. But we'll see if Tommy Cutlets could get another win today against the Saints. We'll see how the defense plays. I think they're going in with confidence. And like I said, with Derek Carr playing, you never know with that guy. You never know with the Saints. So we'll see what happens today. I think the Giants will win in a close game, but I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be one team gets up by a lot. Yeah, but we'll see how the Giants play. We'll see if they get another win. I hope a bunch of other teams lose. The Saints are hot trash. I'll be shocked if the Giants lose. I guess you could say the Giants are playing better football right now, playing better defense, playing better on offense. I'd say that's fair to say. They have some consistency at the quarterback position, which I never thought I would say with Tommy DeVito. But, he showed me a little something. He made some big plays the past couple weeks, even though it's against lesser opponents still. Like some of the plays he's made are the reason the Giants have won also. So I hope he plays well for his sake. And, I think he's going to be our backup next year. Unless we take a rookie quarterback. Which that'll be down the road. But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here and the show here. Thank you everybody for watching Big Blue Power Hour. We'll see if the Giants get another win. We'll see if we have a good day in football today. See if every games where a team scores 63 points unexpectedly. Man, the Chargers, man, God, disaster. But thank you for joining me on Big Blue Power Hour. We'll be back next week at 11:30 a.m. Hopefully, talking about another win. And going into the Eagles game next week. So everybody have a good NFL Sunday. And this is Big Blue Power Hour.